Apple share price is 3 trillion and counting. It's the first company to hit that 3 trillion valuation. And to give you some perspective, and I'll give you all the facts and why, the FTSE 100, all the top 100 companies registered in the UK, added together are 2 trillion. So imagine Apple is worth 3 trillion, more than them added together, plus 50%. Is it crazy? They've actually got a dominant brand. So let's have a look at why, and can that stock continue to rise? Warren Buffett's favorite stock, he says, in his brain, it's a no-brainer. That's quite something from Warren Buffett. But we think about the brand, and of course everybody recognizes the brand. In fact, I'm doing this video on, guess what? An Apple iPhone. The camera's good. We use it for everything. Apple Music, Apple Pay, and we think we've got an iPad, we've got perhaps a Mac. All of those Apple products out there, and not only that, they charge people at the App Store every time a company wants to put it on the App Store. They get charged every time they download, and guess what? Apple makes more money. Can they keep it going? Of course, 3 trillion and counting. The world loves Apple. Well, they need to keep their image, so they work hard on it. Of course, Steve Jobs did an incredible job on image originally. Can they keep going? Of course, Tim Cook has taken it even further. And you could say all you like about Steve Jobs being brilliant, and absolutely, but what a great job that Tim Cook has done, and perhaps underrated in his achievements, because no mean feat to follow someone that good and actually continue the growth. In fact, the share price recently, in the last few years, has had that momentum. Will it continue? Well, it does depend on being able to generate new products. Of course, they've got massive cash flow, they've got the brand, and if you're used to it, we're kind of lazy in this world. If we're used to something, we don't want to change. But we've seen before with BlackBerry, we've seen with Nokia, they were dominant too. Not as dominant as Apple, but they were, and a competitor came in. So if you're looking at buying or selling the shares, always remember, there can be a competition, but tough one, and that's why Warren Buffett likes it, because it's tough to compete with someone that's so dominant in the space. But nevertheless, it can happen, so that's your downside on the stock. It can happen where we move perhaps to a Web3 world, where perhaps we don't need Apple as much, or will we need them more? We talk about VR, and they've gone for the corporate market, and their Vision Pro, which had much fanfare, came in at $3,500, and actually shares or investors didn't like it because they're aiming at the corporate market, whereas others like Facebook are aiming more at the mass market, preferred by investors. Again, it's a new market, and it's definitely going to be something that Apple will need to attack if they're going to keep their dominant position. But right now, Warren Buffett's a buyer. Okay, that's good enough for me. You make your own mind up and talk to a financial advisor. It's definitely a fascinating story. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll keep you up to date with other investment ideas and what's happening in the markets and what it takes to be successful in life in general. Please like, please share the video, and if you got a comment on Apple and their success for the future, please leave it below. I'm interested to see what people think. Can they keep this massive trajectory, if I can get the word out right, going? Incredible what they've done. Can they keep being incredible?